though the coach was calling him out and trying to embarrass his son. It's like, well, I don't know if you've ever been on a football field not even on the football field, but at the training part, because they're not at practice right now.
Right.
They just train. And the strength coach is usually the dude that's mostly off his rocker. He's usually that guy, Mr. Holler Screen, red in the face guy. He's usually that dude. So to make an assumption that because your son's last name or this kid's last name is Combs, he shouldn't be spoken to that way if, in fact, he's dogging a workout, that is ridiculous. And that, my friends, is the definition of the sissification of these kids. Yeah. That is the definition. Yeah. I remember telling my son at 7 years old, because at 7 he was kind of like looking around when he played football, like, wow, these dudes are yelling at me. And on the way to practice one day, I was like, look, man, sometimes that's how men communicate with one another. We raise our voices sometimes to get our point across. That don't mean we mad at you or we hate you. It's just what men do at times. At 7 years old, I explained that to him. It was done. He understood after that. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's why I felt comfortable not coaching him. I let other people coach him and make sure I let him know, just because I coach too, don't feel like you can't get in his ass. If he's not doing what he's told, do what you do.
Yeah, but what happened with Diddy's son is the same thing that anybody else would do if they parent, if you were the coach, right? Just say you were the coach, right? And Diddy is out there, and Justin is half-assing out there at practice, right? Or, whatever y'all drills, whatever y'all going through, right? The typical male coach, whether they're amped up or laid back or whatnot, they would all say the same thing. Like, I don't care if your daddy is here. Get your ass up. Like, that's just, again, that's just wild to me, man.
And it only hurts the kid. It only hurts the kid in the end, man, because like I mentioned yesterday, the fact that he's in a locker room with kids that are playing football not because they want to, or I'm not saying they don't want to, but not because just because they want to. A lot of them need to. Like, a lot of they pops couldn't, if he wanted to, just pay his way through college. No, these dudes are out there some of them trying to make sure they get their education. The other ones aspiring to go to the next level, and they taking it dead serious. So the fact that your dad is over here, hovering, not in an actual helicopter, but
okay, I went back and read it.
You're hovering an idiot, over practice. Rob thought this dude was actually in a helicopter, hovering over practice like the president of the United States. No, they call them hover parents because if anybody
would do it. Well, if anybody could do it, it would be Diddy. That's why when I first saw it, I was like, well, can't really hover around in G6. So, yeah.
The other details are that he was released yesterday from jail on a $160,000 bond. His company, Combs Enterprises, actually issued a statement. Quote, Combs Enterprises says in a statement to the Associated Press on Tuesday that Combs was trying to protect himself and his son. Combs Enterprises says that accounts of the events are entirely inaccurate and expresses confidence that the case will be dismissed. Here's the problem. They're tapes. Like all practices, all workouts are tapes. Are taped, excuse me. So whatever, I don't know if he realizes that before he makes this statement, but that's real to Morris. You dudes are idiots. Like, not Coop, because the whole Justin should transfer thing, yeah, I mean, you put the LOL at the end of it, but I probably would if I was a kid. I'd go somewhere and get a new start, because that's hard, man. Think about that. Think about it. You got to go, and you got to deal with this coach every day. And now the relationship is going to be as such where even if that's just who that coach is, if he continues to just be himself, you don't know if he's just being that way, one, because your dad attacked him, or if that's just who he is, because now that element has been brought to the table. It's not just weird. It's weird. So you got, if I'm that kid.
Boy, could you imagine if they had been like Jim Moore? Because Jim Moore get fired up, boy. Moore is a borderline maniac. I would have loved to see.
We're remembering him in a certain way. That dude is like 50 years old now. He's not that 30-something-year-old kid he was when he coached the Falcons. He's an older gentleman now. The other part about Snoop Dogg's kid is on this team as well. You know what I mean?
He's a baller, though.
That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like,
Yeah, Cordarius is a baller.
You just can't. My thing is, you can't do this. You can't do this to your kid, man. Even if you're Puff Daddy, and it's like, because I know. I mean, not I know. I'm not gonna say I know, but I can understand. I can envision what the attitude is. Like, no, I am not much I'm worth. I don't need this S. And it's true, but this is what your son wants to do. He's got a hell of an opportunity in front of him. Like, he probably won't play at UCLA because, again, this is the Pac-12, and they're one of the premier programs, like them, USC, Oregon. These are like the top tier programs in that conference, and he's on one of them. He's 5'7", 170 pounds as a junior, as a 4-year junior. So he's been there for 4 years, and he's only been able to amass 170 pounds on his frame. You know what I mean? I would venture to guess he's not the fastest animal in the world, because even his special team situation don't seem to be seem to be that locked in. I understand if you're UCLA, because which one? Yeah, UCLA is the private one, right? And USC is the public one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're a private institution. Donations from big time parents. I understand the whole situation, but at a certain point, when dudes start assaulting your coaches and putting them in these precarious situations where they can't coach, because now, how the hell do you coach this kid now? How does anybody coach this kid? You know, you got his teammates looking at him like, dude, like, because if he was in fact dogging it, the coach ain't the only one that noticed. His teammates noticed. So then, for you as a parent to demand to see the coach and rush into his office, which is what was alleged early. Now there's some fogginess around where exactly this incident happened, but the first reports I read were that it happened in the coach's office. For you to do that, first again, my initial,
he bypassed the secretary because they told him that the coach would be with him momentarily, and he took it upon himself to go a step further and to bypass the front desk and then to go back to where the office was.
That's tough, man. That's tough. And that whole medicine ball thing or that kettlebell thing, that's some felony stuff, man. All that terroristic threat thing, you telling somebody you gonna F somebody up, that's felony stuff, man. Now, obviously, he gonna lawyer up. They gonna play it down. They gonna slap him on the wrist. But again, like, to me, this ain't even about him. It's about the kid. You know what I mean? Obviously, this kid was trying to do his own thing. You know what I mean? Not be.
Well, he posted a pic on Instagram. Said, "I thank God for having a father that's always there for me."
What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to say? That's his daddy.
I wouldn't even say that.
Huh? That's his pops. What are you supposed to say?
I wouldn't even say that.
That's not the way. That's not this world, because everyone has access. Everyone has Instagram and Twitter. It's like you're forced to. You know what I mean? Whether you want to or not, you're kind of forced to.
The memes have been so cruel though. Oh man, they've been crazy, man. I got a meme sent to me today. It's a picture of Suge Knight from the Source Awards from back in the day. You remember when they dissed Diddy?
Anybody who don't want the producer dancing in the club, yeah,
dancing all in your video. So this meme says, to all you football players who don't want your dad all up in the practice fighting on the field, come to USC.
That's just weird, man. It's really, really weird. I think Swaggy P started that meme, as a matter of fact. I read something that Swaggy P was trolling Puff Daddy on Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah.
What?
You know, he's a USC kid.
Yeah,
it's just weird. It's like I just don't understand why you're there. You know what those other 80-something kids' parents were doing, or why their kids were working out? Yeah, they were at work. They're doing their jobs. You know what I mean? Like, don't you have somebody else's career to ruin somewhere, dude? You know, do that. You know, like, get somebody, like, bring out some artists and give them a radio hit and let the album flop. Isn't that like the bad boy trend? Like, every artist, right?
These days, yeah.
hot single. Next thing you know, album does nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? And I ain't even gonna say these days. Ever since Biggie died, when Mace left. And Mace left.
Yeah, because he tried to replace it with Loon, and then they did the whole Boys in the Hood thing, and then they did
Black Rob,
and he got locked up.
Then they had it was Black Rob, Loon. What was that other dude's name? Oh my God! Because they had Shine, who sounded like Biggie.
Shine went to jail.
Yeah, Shine went to jail. Yeah. Exactly. Then you had
Oh, then you had
the
Danny Kane.
Locks and they weren't there, but instead getting Danny Kane right. You know, you had these glimpses of, I mean, even, you know, A-Ball and MJG ended up signing the Bad Boy.
Yeah.
You know, New Edition signed the Bad Boy.
Yeah.
Like, and they all had like 1 or 2 radio hits with Bad Boy.
Album, just like,
yeah.
I'm good. I don't know, and this ain't an indictment on Puff, because he's a mogul beyond moguls. This dude is worth hundreds and hundreds of $1 million. So he don't need to make nobody no money on the albums.
Did you see 50's videos
of what?
Him clowning Diddy. You know, 50 make all these videos on Instagram or whatnot, and you know, he was acting like he was scared for his life. That's what he said. Man, I'm over here scared for my life. And he sitting over there. He had like a bunch of $100 bills. He counted them. He like, man, if I got to get him out of jail, man. If I don't get him out of jail, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm coming.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one.
You know, they got their little liquor wars going on, so they both be trolling each other because
I'm totally oblivious to any of that. What you're talking about? I don't know anything about any of those things.
Because 50 has a vodka called Effin' vodka, and then of course
50 bought that. Effin's been out for a long time. Like, 50 just got involved with that.
So that's what he's promoting, and then of course Diddy got the Ciroc. So they kind of, you know, be talking trash to each other on social media about their product.
God. Yeah, time to really allow me to keep up with the wars of the rich, the false wars of the rich. I'm trying to get my little $10 some way, somehow.
I know that's right.
This is Sports Kings Live, by the way. I'm Big Mike. He's Rob Calloway. Talking about this Sean Puffy Combs situation out of UCLA. And by the way, we're gonna pick up our startup, not pick up. We're gonna start up our college football talk. I just actually did save some college football previews for me to look at tomorrow, and try to get myself acclimated with some of the things that are going on across the country.
Hey, really quick, not to interrupt you, but I just got the roster right here in front of me, right? We forgot about Craig Mack.
No, he didn't. Craig Mack was before. He was before Biggie. He was supposed to be the star before Biggie.
Right. Then Mario Winans, Lone Mace. Total, we didn't. Well, I guess that was more R&B. Carl Thomas, Faith Evans, 112.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he had a nice little run at one point. Nice little run.
Yeah, but you know, the clothes, the liquor.
Oh, yeah. The Sean John's still going. Yeah, Sean John's still going.
Who needs music?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, my bigger gripe than anything was just about, you know, what it's going to be to the kid. And I guess if you're him, if you're Justin Combs, you know that, you know, it's taken care of. You know, whatever happens, whether you get the degree or whether you stay on the team, whether you play or not. Who's Ken Griffey's son play for? Arizona State?
Ken Griffey? Yeah. Is it Arizona or Arizona State? I think it's Arizona. It was one of them.
I don't remember.
One of those two.
But see what Ken Griffey does on game day? Yeah. He sits over there with the photographers and take pictures. That's what he does. He ain't bother nobody. I don't know. It's just weird. We are the Sports Kings. Big Mike, Rob Calloway. Still Sports Kings Live. Coming up on the show, we're going to make sure we get into our daily look back in the history of sports as it pertains to this day. We call it On This Day. We're going to also talk about things that are going on in the land of the NBA as far as player movement and proposed player movement. We got a little episode maybe of Old Man Stop Talking. I'll let you guys judge. As well as, can't forget to make sure we get to this story about the golden penis.
University of Arizona.
And by the way, not mine. It's platinum.
You heard me?
Yes.
You heard me?
Yes.
University of Arizona. Trey Grit.
So we'll be back after a short break. Let me get this thing loaded up first. All right, there we go. It's Sports Kings Live on Spreaker.com and the Spreaker app via your mobile device. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live, so make sure you give us a follow, and we'll be right back.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.